Turfan, the coolest place in the Taklamakan by Jono World Cultures. Turfan is the coolest and only place for travelers to stop in the Taklamakan for many, many miles around. Turfan has lots of shade from the grapes growing overhead, and the streets are nice and cool. Turfan is about halfway around the outside edge of the Taklamakan Desert. The Taklamakan Desert is known as Desert of Death, and it is in northwest China. The city of Turfan is located in a basin surrounded by mountains. The mountains are on the outside edge of the Taklamakan Desert. To reach Turfan, you have to go around the outside of the Taklamakan Desert while following the Silk Roads. Many different cultures have been in control of Turfan at many different times. China was usually in control, but the Mongols came and took over in 1162 CE. The Turpans were the first group of people to inhabit Turfan. Inside the graves of some of the Turpans, there are items that suggest cultural diffusion happened between Turfan and other cultures. Most people who stopped in Turfan were just there to stock up on supplies and maybe sell a few things before they left to continue their journey in the Taklamakan Desert. Turfan is just a few degrees cooler than the desert-like basin that surrounds it. However, it is not as cool as the mountains that surround the basin that it is in. Turfan has been around since about 107 BCE. It is still around today, but does not get as many visitors as it did when the Silk Roads were still in use. The Silk Road stopped being used about 1500 CE because sea trade became more popular. After the Silk Road stopped being used by traders, Turfan got little to no travelers at all. Turfan is located in a mountain range. It would take a very long time to get to Turfan, hence the mountain range it is in is located on the edge of the Taklamakan. You'd have to go about halfway around the edge of the Taklamakan to reach Turfan, and then you would have to go in a little ways. Turfan is able to grow fruits and vegetables thanks to an ingenious set of underground tunnels that carries water underground from the mountains to Turfan. These tunnels are called karas. The water that arrives in Turfan is cold because it travels under the sand, which is much cooler than above the sand. The water that arrives in Turfan is also cold since the water is snow melt straight from the mountains. Turfan was meant mainly for travelers and traders to stop at, stock up on supplies and other necessities, and rest for a while in the cool air. The air was cool since the grapes above the streets provided shade, and the streets were also sprinkled with water to keep people's feet cool. Turfan was great for letting your camels take a break from the hot desert.